and today I wanted to show you how to use the Cadence fabric decoupage glue and different ways to apply them onto different mediums. So I'm going to show you how I've applied it on some of my products today. So this is a vase that I've been using with the rice papers. So I've got 2 rice papers here to show you. So the texture of the rice paper, it's sort of like got a really thin, crispy feel to it. And what we can do is when we turn it over, is we're just going to take a brush and some water, and then we're just going to rip away some of the edges. So I'm just going to take a patch out of here. The thing is, when we rip the rice papers, we get a lovely feathered edge. So we can go round and tear. And you can just see with where your waterline's gone through, where you've ripped it. So this is going to allow us to decoupage all rice papers together. So the back of the vase hasn't been done, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to take a little bit of the decoupage glue out onto my glass mat. Now you can either paint onto the surface or paint onto the rice paper. So what I'm going to do is I like to take a little bit at a time, because the glue is quite fast drying. If you do it all, when you get to the bottom and you're sticking it and laying it nice and flat, sometimes it can go dry. So I'm going to start from the top, layering it on the paper, and I want to take it over the edge because I want that nice crisp finish. And then lift up what's not been stuck and just keep going down. And then just to seal it in and get all these edges stuck down, I want to just go over the top, on the edges, and then blending it into the sides. So with that feathered edge, it makes it really easy to just take it over the sides and off the edges. You can see we've got that lovely soft even blend with all the rice papers that I've already laid down. So I'm going to take a different rice paper now. So this is more of like a yellowy bluey tone. And then using it from the back. This is just so the water's absorbed in it more, because with the print, sometimes the water can run off it and not fully absorb, so it doesn't give you that nice tiered feathered edge. There we go, and then exactly the same again. So we're going to lay it on. Blending it into the edges. And off. It's important when you're laying down your rice papers, whatever surface they go onto has to be white or a light colour, because when you put the rice papers behind a dark colour, so for example, if we pop it on the mat, you can see how we got all the vibrancy of the colours coming through. However, when we pop it on a dark surface table, we lose all the colours. So this applies for when you're doing it onto fabric or onto any sort of surfaces that are dark. Just a reminder that it does need to be light so you get that fuller colour vibrancy. So then now all I'd keep doing is going ahead and carrying on decoupaging all around here. So then when it's finished, I like to give it one last fully coat of the decoupage glue just to make sure all the edges have been sealed in, and then that would be complete. So some other surfaces that the decoupage glue does go onto is glass. So what I've done here is I've taken some elements of the rice papers, I've fussy cut round them. So fussy cutting is just literally a term for cutting out certain parts of the rice paper and decoupaging them on. So this is onto glass, and then I've sealed it again with the decoupage glue. And then we've got a little set of like a jewellery box that I've made, and then use the paints on the side that harmonise with the colours in the rice paper. And then we've got a fabric piece that I've made. So the decoupage glue does go onto fabric. So here's an apron that I've made. So all I've done is exactly the same technique as I've just shown. This is about 4 sheets of rice paper that have been ripped up and combined, so you can see the pattern repeats here. This has all been ripped up, and you can see with the feathered edge we've got seamless blendings in the rice paper. So I gave it a really good coating because I wanted to make sure all the feathered edges were sealed in, then ironed it from the back and gave it a really good coating of the fabric decoupage glue. So this makes it machine washable, wipeable, which is perfect for, in this case, for an apron. But these can be applied onto cushions, bags, so it's really anything fabric that you've got that thinks rice paper would suit, that'd be great. So that's the fabric decoupage glue by Cadence. Thank you.